lurking in the shadows. Through the lurking, he's protecting everybody. We're sleeping here tonight.
Closer here in Slab City than I ever did in Portland, Oregon. So yeah, I just live down here and do art every single day.
Now, what was your big motivator to coming here?
My big motivator was because my career ended in Portland. I didn't have any ties. I was debt-free, and I was in an opportunity. I could kind of pick anywhere on the map I wanted to go, so I chose Slab City. I wrote it down on my vision board, which is my mirror. I wrote Salvation Mountain on a note, and I stuck it to my mirror, and I was here within 4 months.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Now, when you came here, one of the things you have to do is you have to eat, you have to do some of the essential things. How do you afford that? How do you support that
Well,
lifestyle?
the Slabs provide. Even if you don't have anything, there's places to eat here in the Slabs. I'm pretty self-sufficient.
Okay.
Yeah, so I caught on pretty quick, you know?
That's kind of cool. So what gives you the biggest motivator of doing this? Is it the freedom? Is it to do what you want to do when you want to do it?
Here's the greatest thing. Since I don't live in the suburbs, I am the commander of my own trajectory.
Right.
Nobody else influences which direction I'm going. Every morning I wake up and I decide what I want to do.
And you're happy.
Yeah, I'm happy. Here's the deal, is I get really in touch with God. I call it source energy.
Right.
But if you are in receptive mode, then you are really receptive to the messages that God or source energy or higher power sends you.
Right, right.
So yeah, by being in receptive mode all the time, nobody messes with my trajectory out here. I'm the commander of what I want to do.
Because in a sense, you are a class of a nomad.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because there's nomads, like I'm a nomad, but I live in my SUV.
Yeah, we don't own the property here.
Yeah, right.
But I'm sure I'm going to leave it better than the way when I came. You know, kind of like the campground. You know how you leave the campground cleaner than the way you found it?
Well, and I noticed when I walked up here, one of the things I did notice when I drove by the first time is I noticed energy coming from you.
Thank you.
I did. I really see the happiness. You just were content. You could just feel it.
So content out here.
That's what got me
I've
to
never been
stop.
so content in the suburbs as I am out here.
It's been a pleasure. You sure touched my life. Thank you. I'm not talking about anything about education or intelligence, as about people's expression, their creativity, to express themselves in ways they never ever could in their lives. Now it took them to move into Slab City with no overhead or minimal amount of overhead to be in a situation or in a way of life where they can totally express themselves. That's huge. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and remove the items up here, my bedding and stuff, and go ahead and remove those. Now I also have a sleeping bag on those colder nights, and then I'll get it right in here into the cooler itself. Back here, you see, this is my window coverings. One thing I did with them is I made them pretty thick, and then they're backer board on one side. And maybe I'll just show you a little bit of it. And then on the other side, it's made of fabric. And they work pretty good. They're easy to keep maintained, and they do a good job keeping the sun out. Then also my 3-panel mattress I have, 6 gallons of water for like cooking and cleaning and stuff like that. And here's the cooler. The cooler can be adjusted as far as temperature. It's got gauges on it where you could decrease or increase the temperature. Being a refrigeration unit, depending on what you have in there, but my suggestion is 48 degrees in order to keep the food safe. I mean, they say you can go all the way up to, I think it's 55, but I would keep it down to 48. Now, one thing I noticed about this unit, at first I ran it off of 120, so I plugged it right directly into my inverter, and then through the inverter I had a battery and my solar panel attached to it. The problem I had with it is that if you have any issues, which I had an issue with the solar panel, so if you have any issues, then the electricity cuts off and then you don't have anything in it. So what I do is I reverted to the cigarette plug-in, and that way I can always check to make sure it's plugged in because it's got a light on it and so on. That's one reason. And another reason is that I'm finding out that as long as I'm charging it during the day when I'm driving, like with rideshare or for deliveries, I'm finding that when I do shut it off, the car off at night, or when when I'm ready to settle down in bed, that the temperature maintains its temperature inside the cooler. I really like that when I don't have to feed it power all the time. Now, I do it at nighttime, and in the morning I check the temperature, and the temperature maintains its cooling. So then right now I'm using my car just to charge it as far as going through the cigarette lighter.